Could you go ahead and maybe define what Web3 is for us?
In a nutshell, it's self-sovereignty. But before we talk about that, let's back up. So Web 1.0 enabled anybody or any organization to create websites and that the whole world could read. However, you needed some technical capability. You needed to know HTML or CSS and RSS, and you needed to maintain a server, which might have been under your desk. Don't spill coffee under it. But if you did, you had tremendous power. And from there, we saw the birth of some e-commerce companies, search engine companies evolve. Then the next wave came, Web 2.0, where we could actually write on the internet. And this enabled not just read, but to write. And we saw the birth of YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and beyond. In between that, we saw the collaborative or sharing economy or gig economy, which was kind of an offshoot of that, or peer-to-peer commerce. And now we are here at Web 3. Now, let's quickly talk about where Web 2 went wrong. And same thing with the sharing economy. Those entrepreneurs who were there to shake up the media industry or hotels or taxis, they themselves went to storm the gates of those castles, but they ended up becoming the kings and queens yet again. And they had the power, they had the control, they can make decisions, they can resell our data, and they generate and hold most of the wealth, 99% of the wealth. In fact, most of them are billionaires now, and the average user of any of those services has generated very little revenue. Sure, they benefit from consuming free services, but they are the level of wealth distribution is quite unequal. So here we are. Web 3.0. And again, the major summary of this movement is self-sovereignty. And that means that the individuals, don't call them users, they're really more like participants. The participants can actually own the internet that they are building. What exactly do they own? Mike, it could be they own the equity, they could own the actual content, they can own the contracts, but it also means they can govern. They can govern the organizations that they're part of. And it also means that they can have access to their identity and data. By the way, this isn't fully rolled out yet. We're still seeing elements of these things emerge. And then they can build. They can build and create metaverses. They can build and create NFTs and images. They can build organizations. They can build communities. They can build little economies, frankly. And of course, that leads to the last point is they can monetize. So here's the things. With self-sovereignty, there's at least 6 attributes. Ownership, their identity, which builds trust. They can govern, they can build, and then they can monetize. So that's where we are with Web3. Now, that's the vision. And of course, these technologies are using decentralized and distributed technologies, primarily blockchain, that enable the individuals, the participants, the network to have that power away from central organizations. But it's not here in full fruition today. So that's the vision. All right, that was a long answer, but I wanted to be thorough to really make the point why self-sovereignty is the goal of Web 3.0.